Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo buddhaya, namo dhammaya, namo sanghaya. So, good morning to all of you on the east side of the world. Good afternoon into the evening here to everyone here in the United States. Present with me is Eric, who is training to be an assistant. Um, I'm making this video so that it captures, every student, an assistant, and a student, whatever, interchangeable, is a project. What does that mean? That means I'm measuring them. I am measuring how they grow. I'm measuring how they change. I'm measuring the impact of my program in their life from now, in the middle, and then towards the end. Um, everyone knows Project Julius. Everyone knows Project Stephen. Everyone knows. So they're all different projects that I follow, conducting research. Lately, over the past couple of days, Eric and I have been out and about at the beach, talking a lot, updating his software, and I just wanted to make my work visible again. Everyone knows historically over the past 5 years on social media, on all the cameras, how much that I've been teaching, and people who were online following me were able to see my journey in details. Then it's not like a year and a half ago where that started to die down, and then most recently, things have been the way that they are. So I wanted to make it visible again. This also to inform the public about how I give the individualized attention to students and assistants and assistant and slash students. Not every assistant is a student. Not every student is an assistant, and that's subject to change from time to time. Everyone knows that I counsel people one-on-one. What does that mean? That means one-on-one.
Yeah.
When we're sitting in the car, we're talking, right?
Yeah, one.
We're talking one-on-one about where we're at in life, what we need to do, what needs to be done, how to find purpose and meaning in life, how to make ourselves more effective, more efficient, to increase resiliency, how to improve relationship with other humans, and so on. So what Eric just told me like 15 minutes ago while we were waiting on some food was profound. I can't read your mind. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Monk, not fortune teller.
Yeah.
Okay. So I rely on the honesty that students tell me so that I can be like, oh, okay. So that's the impact that I have on you. That is your perception and view of the world. So at this time, I'm going to ask Eric some questions, and at some point, he's going to tell you what we've been doing and how it has impacted him so far. So first and foremost, before I came into your life, how did you live your life?
Well, I was in a relationship for a while, and I was always occupied doing relationship stuff, just not focusing on myself. And after I went through my breakup, I was in a pretty bad place mentally, and I wanted to I wanted to make a change myself and actually step up. So I started to talk to Venerable a lot more and get a lot closer to him. And he helps me see the good in the world and to actually think that there's always a positive aspect in things, because I used to think really negative about things, but that really gets you not very far in life, because at the end of the day, like, if you're sad, then really, like, it's not, you're just not in a good place. You'd rather think positive things and be happy at the end of the day when you go to bed or when you're talking to people. Just always be in a good mood. And hanging around Venerable, he's always a very nice person to people. He's very outgoing, and it helps me a lot to be more outgoing to people and be more talkative. And it's helped me make a change and become a more positive person.
So Gabe and Luis have been around. They've been assisted with me when I'm at monasteries.
Yeah.
So they got to see things and hear things and see how I do things in my monastic life. You haven't.
Yeah. Not
That's
yet.
why. And they they get the same spiel, same speech, and now it's your turn
Yeah.
because now you broke up with that one girl. Um, but my whole life is, I think I was actually very introvert growing up, and my dad was in the field that he was in, and so it like forced me having to speak to people.
Yeah.
When they asked me a question, I was like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just trying to make sense of my world.
Yeah.
And through time, I've always been known to give people smiles, and and the latest research says even when you make other strangers smile, it increases your mood. It
Yeah.
boosts your mood of happiness because you get to see how they light up.
Yeah. Seeing other people being happy definitely helps yourself be more happy about what you've accomplished or what you've done so far.
I want to share something with you. We just ate sushi, yes?
Yeah.
You've seen their faces at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Did you know that historically Vietnamese and Chinese did not really quite get along?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because they tried to overtake certain parts of our country and all that
All that
historically,
stuff. Yeah.
right? So when I actually walked into the sushi place, I went in there and I was like, "Hi, how are you guys? How is everything going?" And I messed with them,
Yeah.
and they all laugh and smile. Did you know that sometimes because I take some of the food to go, they would put extra sushi in there for me?
Oh, really? Yeah. So like.
And so the salmon that you ate, I didn't realize that the belly of a salmon tastes different than the other meats.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
So they chopped it up in a certain way, and then they're like, here you. They're like, belly. What? Belly? Like my dog Bailey? Like, and I was like, no. They're like, no, fish belly, salmon belly. And they went like this, so I understood them. And I was like, well, that's really good. Talk about attachment, right? And so sometimes they leave me extra stuff in there. And again, if you look at it from a racial perspective or an ethnicity perspective, we're not supposed to be geeky, funny.
Yeah.
But me being me, I can look past all of that historically. And as a result of that, they all love me in there. And now I call, they're like, hey, oh, got it. Like they already know. I don't even have to say what the order is.
Yeah, because that's the really nice thing about actually helping people out and being a positive person. Because you can always have positive things come back to you.
Mm.
And you'll be more happy about what you've done in your life.
Mm. And Steven's not big on public speaking.
Yeah.
A lot of kids are not used to these cameras on the way that it is. And so they're like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So matter of fact, I never thought I was going to do this ever in my whole entire life. I wanted to be 007.
007.
That's right. I wanted a nice, quiet life. I don't want nobody to know about me, what I do. It's like, just leave me alone. I just want to enjoy me and my sport, and that's it. I'm already out in public as an interpreter.
Yeah.
I'm already dealing with murderers. Mind you, there was an attempted murder case today that called me. And so like you have that kind of job, you're just like, dude, wow, I am like directly confronting people who are in trouble with the law, people who are sick and dying. Like, I just want a private life. Can I just please have a private life? I should have never did the TikTok thing, but I did. Now I'm here, and then I couldn't tell you how many hair I've lost firing this up, because this right here, the front one right here, is YouTube.
Yeah.
That means the entire world could be and is watching.
Yeah, anybody could be on YouTube and watch it.
Right. But this gives you a chance to have a voice.
Yeah, it helps you spread your word.
Right. But help you. I've already spread my word.
Oh, yeah.
But it helps you get out of the shell to tell people your journey. There's kids your age that wants to jump off the bridge right now. They want to kill themselves, like right now.
Yeah, there's too many people in this world, even my age, that are struggling mentally and physically. And we just need the positive people to step up and try to make a change and help them. make it into a more positive world.
And so it gets you out of your shell, and you become more courageous. You become more brave to step into the world, to deal with things, and to solve problems. Talk about your problem, come up with solutions, inspire others.
Yeah.
And that's why I do this. And it takes a lot of effort in doing this. It's just getting these guys up and running, and so you're at this part in your life where you're still trying to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
And this was a good part. It worked out. Never in my 8 years of monkhood that I have this amount of luxury of time to spend with you,
like one-on-one,
and Steven and Gabe and Luis and Bryce. Never. Never, because they would have told you. Gabe would have said, yeah, he came by and visited us, and never. That has never ever happened. And the fact that I'm no longer, my book the book was on pause.
Yeah.
So then, just everything worked out. And I realized that for students who haven't figured their life out yet and is struggling, it's a good time for me to jump in there, to take you out and about in public, to go. And you got to see your own heaven, right?
Yeah.
Tell them about what we've been doing the past couple of days.
Yeah, we've been going out and about instead of staying inside, keeping it a boring day. And we go out to the beaches, and today we went kayaking, and we go out there, watch the sunset, I find some pretty cool shells. Yesterday I found an octopus. That was pretty cool.
You tickled him.
Yeah.
That octopus was like, whoa, that's a little too close there. Hey, I just want to be alone. What you doing?
But yeah, doing all these things with Venerable definitely helps me get out of my shell and want to go out instead of just lay in bed and be sad. Because Venerable is a very outgoing and giving person, and he'll always help out the people in need. And I respect that a lot, because he's been helping me a lot out. It's mentally, and he's been helping my friends as well. And I respect that a lot.
It takes a lot of work.
Yeah, it does.
It took a lot of studying and through my own trial and error to create the jobs for people, and then put the talent where there is talent. There's opportunity. So when I realized that you guys are young and you guys are talent, you guys have the talent necessary. You just need someone to help you harness gifts that God's already given you, the universe that's already given you, and then channel that into something that is good. So number one, you all make a good paycheck, and number two, be self-sufficient and productive member of society, and just enjoy life. That's all I want all of you guys to know what's going on in life through the stresses of mom and dad and home and school. Try to break you out of your shell, think outside the box, be creative, be courageous, and step into the world and realizing I know exactly what is unfolding in the world.
Yeah.
I know what's happening with my mind. I know, if you're dating someone, you know exactly what's happening in their mind. If your mind's tripping, their mind's tripping.
Yeah.
And if you can tame your mind, you can help them tame their mind. Thus the CBT book.
Yeah, CBT has been pretty interesting and helpful towards me and even my own friends.
Right. And so it there's a scientific approach to doing that.
Yeah.
And the first thing was to get you all into CBT, which is easy and fun and engaging. You see that right there? That's actually a workbook. Go grab it. Grab that workbook.
This is the simpler version.
I want to show you a journal, that a little small one too.
CBT, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. It's a great book. Helps you with anxiety, depression, all these different things that everyone can go through.
Just flip through that for a second. Just look at some of the exercises. It's an actual workbook.
Yeah, and there's ABC forms.
Ooh, I need to drink some water. Ooh, my bad. I'd like to thank Marco and some of you wonderful Buddhist angels out there. My angels. You are all my angels in sending me more CBT books. At the current time, I only have like 5 left. There's a shortage of the actual workbook. There's a shortage of the first edition, the third edition. And this is the only CBT journal that I actually have. All of this can be purchased on Amazon or Thrift Books. Thrift Books cheaper. That water did a number on me. The CBT book here, and I've never actually stopped to like let people know, inform people what's going on. Only those who follow me long enough knows my programs and stuff like that. But the CBT book is extremely effective because if it was effective for me, I assert that it is effective for all of you of all ages across the lifespan. And so technically, once you're done with it, you can actually go towards the workbook because you want to solidify yourself in CBT so that I'm trying to basically make you all bulletproof to life's emotion.
Yeah.
Bulletproof to life's ups and downs and stuff like that. Well, tell me some of the ups and downs in your relationship that took you by a roller coaster. The attachment, the breakup, the heartache, the headache.
Well, I think the heartache was definitely one of the hardest things to get over. So it was a very long relationship, but it just wasn't the healthiest. So it was almost best for both of us just to separate. But it's also very hard to separate from someone you've been with for a couple years. But then again, there's always positive things in life. So if that person doesn't want me anymore, there's always someone better in the world. You have to think about the positive things.
Earlier in the car, you said that I help you shift your perspective about the world's not being so bad.
Yeah.
What was your thought before all of that? What was your impression of the world?
Well, I just thought it was sort of like I had a feeling that everything was sort of after me, I guess, in like a negative way. So I feel like I would always have these negative events happen to me. And I would never think about the positive aspect of it. I would always let it get to me internally, and you can't let that happen. But with CBT and talking to Venerable, it definitely helps me look over the aspect of those things and look into the future and not think about just only the past.
So, this is a cool one. Imagine just carrying this like in your pocket somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a journal that helps you.
Oh, it's a journal?
It prompts. It's a journal prompt. Honing in on inspiration is one of them. Each day, you see the day part of it.
Each day you do one.
Let me read that out for people. Just day one, just the title.
Day 1, putting your finger on problems.
Go ahead, flip it and give people some samples.
And then on day 2, you write down going for goals, keeping count, looking at your problem in the mind's eye, looking at your goal in the mind's eye, understanding when the solution is the problem, pausing to measure your progress, and there's entertaining emotional responsibility, making more music.
So it's very engaging. Like every day, it gives you something to look forward to.
Something different that.
Read that one.
Looking back on things that have yet to happen.
So I only Heath and Julia I've given this to. But this is something fun, and I don't exempt from doing this.
Yeah, that seems like a really interesting thing to do. It'll keep you engaged in it and wanting to learn more.
But anyways, the CBT is always a prerequisite in life. If you want to make it in life, and you just want to figure it out, because you have to. somewhere down the line, young people have to sit there and be like, what the hell is life? How do I figure this out? What does life expect of me? And how do I respond in a way that I can tame this thing?
Yeah.
Get this. It's like a game. When you guys are playing games, you guys are like, what the hell is this? What's the objective again? How do I get from here to here without getting shot? How to get here to here? Like Luis and Gabe are really smart because they
Yeah.
play with other guys. And you've heard all of the stuff that they've said. And they're like, and like they kids are so smart and intelligent that they know how to win games when they're playing games on PS4, PS5. Well, life is kind of like a game.
Yeah.
And I'm teaching you all how to win the game of life. I'm teaching you all how to deal with people that's going to be coming into your life and difficult people. And when you work, so you do pressure washing, you have your own business.
Yeah.
And tell me some of the difficult people that you were like, what the hell?
Well, luckily, I don't run into too many difficult people, but sometimes some people just have their days, I guess, when you're just trying to, what's the word? Like, I guess go out and put your business out, like get the word out. Some people don't really like that much, but there's always another person that will accept your work, I guess. So if you knock on a couple doors, sooner or later someone will agree to your work in a way, in a sense.
Yeah.
It's hard to word it exactly, but
the one thing about working for oneself, it can be discouraging sometimes.
Yeah.
I had to deal with that when I was 15 years old. Me, my friend, Brandon, Adam, Garrett, 4 or 5 of us got together and we realized, all right, we're going to call ourselves the Friendly Neighborhood Lawn Mowing Service. And we were going to, and we did. We got a couple of lawns out there and stuff like that. We split the money up. We had fun. We learned. But I remember feeling very discouraged when they slam the door on you.
Yeah.
Or they're mean and nasty. I'm like, what did I do to you? I'm just want some business. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm not here to rob you, And then so, and you all will make it. You all are learning life, about how to survive in life and how to be your own business owner.
Yeah.
But still remain beautiful, because don't ever let life turn you upside down or make you ugly inside or resentful or cultivate anger and hatred towards other people. I'm 35.
Yeah.
And only if you knew the things that I had to go through in my life, just how the mean people that was in my life, and eventually I had to learn how to deal with them effectively.
Yeah.
But still, you see that we still remain beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, when I'm
Still
engaging other people.
Look young and everything.
Right, and still look young. Can you imagine if I engage with the public and I'm always, what?
You'd be all wrinkly.
What? You know what I mean? I wouldn't look like this. That's a student that's asking for the CBT book, so I'll get back to him here shortly. You all may hear the ding again because of the Apple system. But you have what it takes. All of you guys have the capacity, and I believe that when everyone is when everyone's done with CBT, you guys discuss it amongst yourself and you see how cool it is.
Yeah.
You know,
changes it made.
It's kind of like everyone know the cheats to a game on cheatcentral.com.
We still have to study it and find it.
That's right. And when everyone on point, you discuss it, and everyone's just know what to do when someone is down, someone's depressed, someone's anxious, So it's a lot of fun in life. Again, yeah, I'm glad that your report is your perspective and view on life is changing.
Yeah, because you can't always just be negative of things. You have to. If you have a positive life, then you're gonna live a good life, I guess. It's hard to word it the exact way I'm trying to say, but if you see all the negative things in life, then you will live a sad life and unhappy life. But if you look for all the good things and not just the negative things.
And did you know that some kids have the same similar views that you have, that the world's after them? That's why they get an AR-15 and they do mass shootings.
Yeah.
They really believe that in their mind, like the world's after me, or if they become victims of bullying and stuff like that. Like, okay, well, you know, the one kid that the I don't know, Sandy Hook or something like that. My rope's falling apart. Hold on. You know what he said when he held that AR-15? He says, "The world will know who I am with this AR-15." Publicly, he did like a YouTube on it, and he was like, he was ready to show the world, you know, like he was gonna play God, and he did. Um, and that's what I'm trying to stop.
Yeah.
That's why I intervene. Each and every single one of you is a potential God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so easy to get a ghost gun. It's so easy to get a gun and just say, you know what? F this. The world, the savage life chose me.
Yeah.
And so they pick up the gun and cock it back, and they're like, watch this. And they go to school. No one knows about it. They don't talk about it. They're not going to talk. They're not going to say nothing. And they're just going to carry it out, the silent ones, you know? And then they hear, and as you're walking in the hallway with your books, you know, you hear this boom. And you hear boom, boom, boom. And then, of course, the fire alarm and everybody. It's just like, what the hell kind of world are we living in?
Yeah.
Did you know that when I went to high school, I myself was in a lot of fear already. And now that fear has compounded like 100 times worse now because of the frequency of mass shootings.
Yeah.
So I just wanted the whole world to hear your report as it represents your generation and the state of mind of your generation about, you know, what's going, like how they blow things out of proportion.
Yeah.
Without evidence.
You can't have one event make it into like a worldly thing. You can't let something ruin your entire world. Like, I was reading on it in CBT actually. It's, I'm trying to think of the title of the chapter. It's
You can talk about it. You don't have to cite the chapter.
Well,
Just
yeah,
say what-
you can't let a single event ruin your entire outlook on things. Like, if you lose your girlfriends, then you can't think that you'll never have another girlfriend again. You have to think that you'll have another girlfriend soon. Another girl will want you, but you can't think negative because that just makes you sad, depressed, and just like an unhappy person in general.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You have to know how to shift your perspective quickly. I had a student that got her car towed because she parked illegally, kind of like what you did earlier, and she was really mad and angry about it. Like, my car, how dare you touch my car?
Yeah.
And I said, did you ever think that because of what you did, and you knew what you did it anyways? Okay, have you ever shift your perspective and said, you're giving someone a job, you're giving the tow truck guy a job? Yeah, and you're so she's got to get good giggle out of that. Now sometimes I get parking tickets just because I always park in places where I should not park because I'm running into hospitals, I'm running into courthouses, and I get the ticket and it's like $25. I don't really care, and I just look at his ass. Oh, look. I come out when I get the ticket. I'm like, oh, look, the city needs money.
The city's asking me for money?
That's right. Sure, I'll give it to them.
Of course. Here you go.
Give more, take less.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, sometimes you have to lose for other people to live.
Exactly.
But yeah, changing perspective is really important. I'm telling you, when I was your age, my mind, I was such a negative kid. I was such an angry, negative kid. And just the people that I grew up with was so negative that, and the CBT thing changed my life. I was enlightened after 2 weeks finishing CBT.
Yeah, because you can be a negative person because, well,
not the Buddhist kind of enlightenment, by the way.
But you, like, if someone's being rude to you, you never really know what they're going through. So like being rude back to them really won't do anything. If you be a kind person to everyone and everything, then you'll see a different aspect in life and see all the good things instead of thinking that everyone is bad or everyone is mean, everyone's after you. You can't think that. You have to think the complete opposite. And you have to think that the world is trying to work with you and that people are always trying to help. You just have to look for the right things.
This light's dying for a second here. All right, so thank you. I don't want to keep you long. It's just 9:00, and you have to get home and get ready and stuff like that. Anything else you'd like to add for the people?
You should go to the link tree. You should study CBT, and if you have any problems in life like depression, anxiety, anything, CBT can really help with that. Or just overall being a positive person and seeing the good things in life. CBT also helps with that.
So we'd like to thank Eric. At this time, I'd like to wrap this up by telling you all, number one, making my work visible and more visible for those who want to look at the empirical data, evidence-based practice, and evidence-based teachings. I've left a whole library of these teachings on my Facebook. Facebook has the chronological timeline. The YouTube thing is like 3 years behind from my actual public work on public social media. And these types of programs made possible by your donation through the Linktree and the newest t-shirt program in helping us create a new world. A new world means more CBT books for more students.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And change your thoughts. If we can change their thoughts, we change their life, change their mind, change their mindset. They become more wiser, less depressed, more resilient. Future leaders of America right here. And so I'm great. Did you know that our journey over the past couple of days was made possible by people's donations? Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Where do you think the money comes from?
Yeah.
It didn't.
Trees.
The Buddha didn't FedEx me a check overnight.
Yeah.
Okay. God didn't say, "Oh, you're doing great work. Here's another check." Okay. The latest donation came from Bree, and Bree is a student of mine who we did counseling with. And a matter of fact, Bree got like 20 minutes of counseling versus some other heavier cases that I have handled. And her latest one was $75 in 20 minutes. So I'm very grateful. As a monk, I cannot ask for donations.
Yeah.
I cannot ask for money. I can only ask for a cup of water. That's it all I can ask. And so all year, every year, all day, every day, I talk about these things. But sometimes I'm like, well, would you just sit and just tell people what it is that you actually do while you're doing it? And some sample students, people would probably understand a little bit more, because every day there's more people joining on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, Facebook. So so this also helps serves as that to remind people about the continuous programs. But the program is made possible by donations, and I am responsible to tell people what I do with the money. So you're with me, you amongst other students around the world with me. You see that I use the money judiciously.
Yeah.
Where it needs to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And it's unfortunate that in life you need money to make things happen.
Yeah.
You need to eat. We need to buy CBT books. We need to be able to afford gas for students that live far away. And it's no wonder why some of you are like, oh my God, you're giving us gas money. Yeah, because you drive a what?
A V8, big Ford Expedition.
That's, you can like put all the monks in there.
Yeah, I could.
Plus on top of the roof.
Yeah.
And drive down.
Got racks on me.
and so I want everyone who are listening and watching to understand the life-saving programs, and the visibility of my work is that it is most potent most effective when it is one-on-one. But every day I have one-on-one with so many people, you know. And mind you, just yesterday, the day before yesterday, there was a group of students here.
Yeah.
So it's my life is always interesting. It's
Yeah.
never boring.
You got to keep it interesting.
It's interesting when Sam comes.
Yeah. Yes.
And but that's how they learn, and I'm giving them individualized attention. In my life, nobody gave me individualized attention. I thought I was just, am I even here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have you ever felt that? Like when
Yeah.
you're in class, like, hello, I'm raising my hand, no one's like calling
Right.
hello. Like when they talk to you, you're just like, what the hell? But when I'm spending one-on-one session, you see the potency of each words that I use and the examples that I use. Just everything you're able to absorb like a sponge.
Yeah.
And reflect on, and in your life somewhere down the line, you're gonna rethink. You're like, wow, in my life there was this one person that came in my life, stopped his whole life, and gave me wise counsel.
Yeah.
And because of that, my life changed.
Yeah. That's why I really respect you a lot, and I'm very grateful for you, because you're very giving and helpful, and you'll go out your way to help other people, and I really respect that.
It has to be done. I get so much joy out of doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I sleep like a baby at night. Because, and you know what? So in my room there's Stan the skeleton.
Yeah.
Reminds me of death. I mean, there's a real dead skeleton in my room.
Yeah.
Just because when I lay down at night and before I go to bed, I look at Stan. I'm like, I may be like you one day, Stan, but even if I don't ever wake up in my room, just knew that I died happy because of the work that I'm doing. And if you haven't noticed, I live life to the fullest, to the last moment of the day.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You can't have repetitive days. You want to always have something new to look forward to.
And I have to be innovative and I have to be creative as a teacher. I took you to Paso Grill, and then I took you to Sunset Beach, and then you feel the new experience. And You're like, whoa, what? There's an octopus over there. It's like, what is this place? Like there's seashells everywhere. It's just like nirvana to me. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that the cold did a number on the ocean, and you are a shell collector, and you just stumbled across that. I mean, that was
the gold mine.
Yeah, gold mine.
Yeah.
It brought a smile to your face, brought a smile to my face. When I'm near waters, I'm just, wow.
Yeah, I love the outdoors and I love the ocean.
And then clearly you see when nighttime comes, you see how many counseling sessions I do.
Yeah.
You see that?
Helping out everyone.
While I'm eating.
Throughout the day.
While I'm eating. You see that?
Yeah.
The phone's right there and I'm like, Mom, yeah, tell me more. Actually, no one knows no one knows that I'm trying to sustain my life as I'm carrying out some of these like life-saving counseling session. I put it on mute so they can't hear me chew.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So your depression is on a 1 to 10 scale level. What is it again? I have to like stop chewing.
Yeah.
And be like, can you tell me about your depression scale again? And then go back. Because I never know when the next phone call is going to come in. Right there on the floor. Do you see that? Twice I passed out on the floor holding my phone while doing a counseling session.
Really?
Did you know that? Did you know that there was one time where I was on the ground and I was...
And they were still talking?
I literally died. Like, I don't die of stress, but died of exhaustion.
Yeah.
And literally died with the latest incident, me talking to Shamar in New York. And he has good spirit, and he texted me and he says, so I guess there was something wrong with your phone. And I don't know if I told him or not, but I was just exhausted. I have no help.
Yeah. Because
all of the funding dried up. Most of the funding's dried up. And what am I gonna do? It's not just me, but everybody, all the St. Jude Cancer Foundation, every other nonprofit out there is also dried up with money. clearly you see people that will stop spending.
Yeah,
The world kind of like slowed down a little bit across every sector. So the sector of saving people and the sufferings of human, I have to now carry that weight of as much as I can. But I wanted you to see it, and even if I don't wake up in the morning. Hello. Yes, so we were just talking about how people call in when I get back and hear you all calling in the middle of a live session. No, how's everything going? How about I call you back in 10 minutes? Okay, all right. You see what I mean?
Yeah, always helping people out though. You didn't deny him.
Correct. Please call back and speak to my assistant.
Yeah,
and we can reschedule for the next 2 months. The next available is April 1st at 8 p.m. Florida Eastern Standard Time. Once again, thank you for choosing the School of Chi Dao. Okay, all right. I think everyone can see my exhaustion setting in at the end of the night, but that's why I'm training you to be an assistant. So that when I'm, I never know when things are popping again.
Yeah.
When I'm being asked to go to a monastery to give talks or teachings and stuff like that, I have to always be readily available. Without Luis and Gabe, you might as well just get the ambulance behind me and put an IV in me as I'm teaching.
You would have been in some trouble.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so much to like worry about things and stuff like that. I don't want to like complain anymore. Stop complaining. CBT says stop complaining. Thank you, Eric, for lending your time as you're going to be heading home, looking at homework and prepare for a victorious Wednesday tomorrow. I have a lot of assignments tomorrow also. Please reflect on my talk. And for all of you who are watching, please reflect and help us out with our programs for all of the youths that is in my program. This is one sample, and if you're interested in looking at the programs for the youths, everything has been recorded live over the past couple of days with the group of youths that I'm working with. Like every week, there's new people in and out, ever changing. So I would just leave it as that. And at this time, I'd like to conclude my talk. May you all be well, be happy, be free, and always be healthy. May you know what it's like to help other people. May you know what it's like to contribute to life-saving programs. May you reflect on the urgent need of other people, and particularly our youths. If we invest in them, they will invest in us, especially when we get older. These are future leaders of America. And it is my hope that everyone reflect on today's talk, as that constitutes a contribution towards Buddhism and its programs, Buddhism and its representatives. May you realize the light of your own true nature. May you all be healed and be a source of healing for others. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, you hit N on all those, and I'll grab the other two. Oh, and visit my Linktree. Linktree.
Linktree in the bio. Go.